In Zenica on March 31, 2026, Italy's national team watched its World Cup hopes collapse in a shootout.
And it's off the bar and stays out.
Moise Kean gave Italy an early lead.
Barella, Moise Kean, it's a sixth consecutive game with a goal.
Only for Bosnia to equalize deep into the second half.
It's going to be knocked in front, Donnarumma to save the rebound, it's a goal. It's Tabakovic who ties the game for Bosnia and Herzegovina.
It pushed the match to extra time before prevailing on penalties. Four-time world champions Italy thus failed to qualify for a first-reach World Cup.
Not going to the World Cup 3 times in a row, Sweden, North Macedonia and Bosnia. What else can I say? The system is rotten, completely rotten.
It felt like a sudden death, but analysis insists it was only the final confirmation of a long decline. But how did Italian football arrive here?
The Italian curse continues. Bosnia and Herzegovina will play in the FIFA World Cup.
The roots reach back 20 years. In 2006, the Calciopoli match-fixing scandal laid bare deep dysfunction. Juventus, Italy's most successful club, was relegated to Serie B and stripped of its recent titles for its woe.
And when I remember when I walk inside the field, I have these thoughts in my mind. So 1 month ago, I walk out from Berlin Stadium in Germany with the World Cup, and now I'm here in second division. I started with minus 17. And I say, well, we are for real in second division. We are for real in second division.
When you have, in any sport, a public proof of systemic corruption within that sport, it leads to a massive level of cynicism and skepticism amongst the fans and potential fans of that sport or of that rights holder or that entity, whatever it might be, which inevitably leads to a diminution of audience.
Yeah. What followed was a slow bleed. Italy's clubs gradually slipped out of Europe's elite. No Serie A team has won the Champions League since 2010, and increasingly, they underperform on the continental stage. Deloitte's 2026 Football Money League shows only 3 Italian clubs in the global top 20 by revenue: Inter, AC Milan, Juventus, far fewer than English or Spanish clubs.
The mess that Calciopoli created over a 4-year period in every way, commercially, in terms of the actual integrity of the competition itself, in terms of the public reputation of football within Italy, in terms of just the amount of mind space and media space that was being taken up with basically corruption, okay? I think that is just unbelievably unhelpful. So let's just say that it is indisputable that Calciopoli was a massive negative for Italian football as a whole.
Meanwhile, Italy's talent pipeline was stunted. The scandal and its aftermath accelerated a reliance on foreign players. Coaches often field imports rather than nurture Italians, leaving local prospects with few opportunities.
Yes, in Italy I see many times they prefer to make like foreign player play instead of raise their own youth, and this I think is a big mistake. In like 10, 20, 30 years, it's normal that the new generation, they're not going to be able to perform at that level.
We've seen the writing on the wall. I've been doing this job now for 15 years covering Serie A. I've said there's not one world-class Italian outfield player on the team. All we have is our history. All we have is the successes from previous decades. And that's it. So we're just hanging on that as this quote-unquote elite football nation, but we're not an elite football nation. We're a nation that can't make 3 straight World Cups. So we are pretty much irrelevant in the football landscape, and that's the harsh truth of it. And I was used to, when I was a teenager in the 2000s, when I saw some of the greatest players of all time all together on the pitch for Italy, players that could just invent something out of nothing, that had that otherworldly ability, not even world-class players, but generational superstars in every single line. We have nothing close to that, and it all starts from the youth level. No investment in the youth levels compared to some of the other nations that are dominating right now. Publicly owned stadiums, so the teams don't get the same amount of revenue that they should, and that revenue would theoretically go towards those youth systems. So all this focus on tactical discipline and positioning, and not nearly enough focus on how to actually be footballer.
You know, I think the conversation would last 2 or 3 hours if you're having a serious debate on what's happening with the national side. But when you look on the face of it, it feels like they've lost their DNA. When you close your eyes, you think about the strongest Italian teams, you think about Italian defenders that are rugged. not like Bastoni or Calafiori where, and I'm not singling them out because they're good footballers, but the Italian defenders were Italian defenders. Italian defenders are not rugged enough anymore. They're turning into Premier League players where they want to fight and win duels, and they're not bringing through number 9s and number 10s.
Italian football, again, is not enjoying its heyday. I'll put that as nicely as I possibly can. And you just wonder how that affects the identity of this national team. It's kind of gone away from the Italian stereotype of how they play. Very good defensively, very well organized, but then also, to Don's point, without the finishers that we know Italian football have produced, team after team, or generation after generation. It seems. I think I'm right in saying that in the game against North Macedonia, 32-4, something ridiculous like that. And that speaks to a lack of finishing. You can't give a Baggio or Del Piero 30 shots and not concede 6. And I guess that is where the falling comes down. You do not have those finishers, and you do not have an identity to fall back on.
So, what comes next? FIGC President Gabriele Gravina resigned immediately after the defeat against Bosnia, acknowledging that Italian football is in a profound crisis. Sports officials now openly say the game must be rebuilt from the ground up. Analysts suggest the path is clear. Italian clubs and the federation must invest in youth, infrastructure, and professional management. That means coaching education, modern academies, better scouting, and more daring in building local talent. Leagues elsewhere have shown it can be done. Germany's post-2000 overhaul and Spain's financial reforms revived their fortunes. Italy will need similarly deep structural changes. Until the foundations are fixed, big nights like Zenica will be remembered not as sudden tragedies, but as the inevitable proof of neglect. If you want more football videos like these, subscribe for more.